everyone, in science today we are going to be making artificial poo. The reason we're going to do this is to further investigate the digestive system and learn what is happening at each stage. Before you begin this experiment, here are the things that you will need. You need a measuring jug with 50 ml of water in it, a biscuit. I have chosen to go for a rich tea. Digestive biscuits work best, but probably any biscuit you have that is that type of consistency will do. You also need a pair of scissors, a plastic bag which is sealable or you can tie at the top, and the bottom of a leg of tights. Now, if it's okay with mums, dads, grands, grandpas, whoever, please make sure that you are using an old pair of tights and not cutting up brand new pairs. So we're going to use the tights for a step later on. It's good to have those handy. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to pop the biscuit into the bag. It's probably worth mentioning as well that this could get pretty messy. So number one, make sure you ask for permission before you start the experiment, and also make sure that you're doing the experiment near a sink. So we're going to put the digestive biscuit into the bag. Now this is just like when we put a digestive biscuit into our mouth. What we do first of all is our teeth start to chew up the food. So the biscuit's going to represent the food, and we're going to take you through all the different steps of the digestive system. So let's be the teeth first of all, and just break the biscuit up a little, representing how our teeth break up our foods in our mouths. So break up the biscuit a wee bit. It's in some little chunks. Now what else happens in our mouth is that our saliva mixes with the food, and an enzyme called amylase helps break the food down while it's still in our mouth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of the water, not all of it, just a little bit, less than half, to the bag and seal it up once again. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to be the teeth right now and kind of mush the biscuit up. Now the next part, once our food has been broken down a little bit by our teeth, is we're going to travel down the esophagus. So once we've travelled down to the bottom of the esophagus, our food then hits our stomach. Now in the stomach we have a very powerful acid called hydrochloric acid with a very low pH, which is going to mix with the food in our stomach, and this is why we're going to add in the rest of the water. So this water represents the hydrochloric acid. I'm going to pour the rest of that in. We're finished with that jug now. Close up the bag. And in the stomach, our food gets mulched around. So this is our stomach acid mixing with our food. And as you can see, it's pretty much nearly all liquid now. So the next part of our food's journey down the digestive system is to enter the small intestine. Now this liquidy stuff that is meant to represent food is going to travel along the small intestine. Remember, when we are trying to figure out the difference between the small and the large intestine, it goes with width, not length. So the small intestine is the kind of one that is thinner and is actually really, really long. That's because we want this food to take a long, long time to go through all of the different sausage-like structures so that any nutrients from the food can be absorbed into the bloodstream. So they do that with these little finger-type structures which line the small intestine, and these help us absorb nutrients from our food into our bloodstream to be transported around the rest of the body. So it takes a long time to get through there. The next part of the digestive system is what we are going to need our tights for. Now this is the large intestine. So the large intestine is a thick one. It's much shorter than the small intestine. And what its job is to remove the excess water. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our tights and we're going to carefully, now this is where it gets very messy, we're going to carefully pour our liquid mixture into our tights. You might want to get somebody to help you with this stage because it is quite footery, although it seems to be working all right. Once you have your food in the large intestine, you can see that if you squeeze it through the tights, you remove some of the excess water. Now this obviously is quite messy and a bit minging, but it's fine. So keep squeezing until all of the water is removed from your food. It's messy, but it's really fun. Okay, so that's most of, if not all of the water being squeezed out. Now what we're going to do is we are left with the solid waste, which after the large intestine sits in what is called the rectum. And when it is ready to be expelled, I'm going to show you what that looks like. It moves through the anus as poo. So we've got our poo here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom of the tights, a little bit off the tights, and that will allow me to squidge out what should be fairly solid poo. And that is it. You have made your very own artificial poo. Well done, great job if you managed to do that. I would love to see everybody's pictures of their artificial poo. So post them on the Google Classroom task. Hope you have a great day. Bye.